Thank you all for being here, especially for folks that traveled from out of town. The really cool thing, creativity is colorblind, right? It doesn't care about your background, race, color, creed, religion, sexual orientation, political party. Anything that potentially divides us fades away in the light of creative expression. And potentially anyone from any economic background can participate in the marketplace of ideas. That's one of the reasons why I love what this conference is about, and by extension, this conference. There's also, it's just a lot of fun. So you're going to have some fun today listening to these speakers. The manifestation, from nothing to something. There's magic in that. And we're going to be just celebrating that magic today. In the 90s, this conference changed my life. And this year, it saved my sanity. I brought the conference back in 2008 as a fundraiser for arts education because of those life-changing experiences I had. And I thought, let's try and set that up again for folks in Portland that have maybe moved here since the 90s when this conference started, and just create those experiences again. As far as the sanity piece, I highly recommend in challenging times working on a cause larger than yourself. And you'll learn more about that cause later, just before lunch. So there's 2 keys to getting the most out of this conference. It's on the front of your program. I just highly recommend watching as many speakers as you can, even if you don't think they connect to what you do professionally or want to do professionally. Oftentimes, the speakers you don't think you're going to connect with are the ones that have the most impact. That's what talking about the creative process does. Also, just take advantage of the networking opportunities, the breaks, lunch, reception. And there are kind of a new piece. There's 2 receptions tonight because we had so many people register. Thank you. So we, Wieden and Kennedy, and also the Whatcom Experience Center. And there'll be shuttle buses to the Whatcom Experience Center from here and from Wieden and Kennedy. And then Wieden and Kennedy is just a walk from here. So to illustrate the networking connections that can happen, I just have one story for you. And before I forget, in the back, we have a lot of folks helping to make this work. So you already met Rob. Mike Janes, is technical director, has been with the conference since year 1. Mike Skolnick is helping with slides, and I'm going to ask him to go ahead and advance to that next slide. And we have some tech folks from Portland Center Stage and Meyer Pro. So it's a great crew back there. Here's one story. So this is Keith Kohlberg, a longtime creative conference attendee, used to be in the tech world. He founded this company called Better Bean Company with his daughter, Hannah, who's registered. I don't know if she's out here yet, but Hannah's here today. Keith was at my neighborhood Costco with a Better Bean sample table. And he goes, Steve, I got to tell you, if you can just go to that next slide. He goes, I met the designer of this package at the creative conference. She sat right next to me, and we struck up a conversation, and I hired her to design this package. And I just love stories like that. So if some of you are out there have been here before, you have stories like that, come up and tell me. So to kind of help facilitate those connections and get started, what I'd like you guys to do is just, hopefully there's someone in proximity that you don't know. And if you can just sort of say kind of who you are, what you do, or what you want to do, creatively, and just make some connections right now to get started just for a couple minutes, if you would.